Here we go. What do we got? Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. We do this all the time. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I guess that's good. May have some toast. Let's go into the chat. All right. Nobody here yet. It's fine. Just the way I like it. I'm going to talk about this thing in my hand. It's not an egg shaker. If it was an egg shaker, it would not be a really good thing. It wouldn't be a good egg shaker. Although maybe it is. It's not really the percussive sound we're looking for. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for. I don't know our lives. I'm going to put that down. We've had an interesting week, I think. It's very much a blur. NAMM preparations, we'll talk about that sort of. It's been very difficult over the years not to share the things that we're making for NAMM before the show. Because, you know, I get excited about these things. And I'm a little concerned about two of the guitars that we're going to take being completed in time. Because that's why, because of that. But we'll see. I really hope that both of these will be done in time, because both of them are guitars that I think, well, I know that people will see and go, oh damn, okay, all right. So if I don't have those two, I have other guitars I can bring, but I don't think we're going to have as much of the, oh damn. And that's what I want. I want the, oh damn. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't really have very much to talk about. I know that's common, but I'm trying to make these things better, and having something to talk about usually helps with that sort of thing. Hey, Joey, how are you? I was asked to do an interview for a website, and they they emailed me a list of questions. And the questions are pretty good, but there's like 4,000 of them. And a part of me wonders, like, are these like ChatGPT created like interview questions? Because like, I'm sure you can do that. You know, it was one of those things where I was asked and I said, yeah, sure. And then like it seemed like within 15, 20 minutes, I had like this long list of questions, and I'm like, huh, all right. And it's all kind of like, some of it is like, as I'm reading through them, a lot of it is like, okay, this looks like these were questions that were just kind of scrubbed from website content. Yes, which is fine. But then there was like, oh, okay, this is something actually I've said that isn't on the website. Okay, so maybe it isn't like, you know, Chat GPT generated or something like it. Or maybe they are, but whatever, it's fine. So I'm going to do those, but like, dude, there's a lot of questions, and I'm like, this is going to take me a minute, because I really wish it would have been more of a conversation. But then again, we know how I am, just talking. Wow. Wow. Hello to Medellin, Colombia. Hey, you rock and roll bastard. Hello. Loving the t-shirt. Thank you. I enjoy this myself. Um, I'm wearing this shirt in the Couch Riffs video that we did, oh my God, 4 years ago for Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight, starring Frankie Clark. She did a killer job on the vocals. Everyone's favorite person in the world, Mike Squires. If you don't know Mike Squires, let me just tell you, your life will only be exponentially improved by knowing Mike Squires. So, what you need to do, only if you care about making your life better. If you care about making your life better, go find Couch Riffs on YouTube. It's a podcast. It's also, they got songs and performances and things like that. But also you can find Mike Squires on Instagram. I forget what his handle is, but if you look, like, how you can have like your Instagram handle and then it'll be like your description. His is like Mike Squires, not Mike Squires. Cause I think there's a rather famous Mike Squires, and he's not him, but Mike Squires, humanity's Mike Squires, is doing pretty well for himself too. He plays, currently playing bass with Duff McKagan. He was in Duff McKagan's band. He's been in Duff McKagan's band for whenever they are doing things. He's in that band. Anyway, so we did a Couch Riffs performance. The whole thing with Couch Riffs, the whole premise was like, you get a band on a couch and you play a song, and it's recorded live. And if you fuck it up, you fuck it up. If you want, you can see. I've been in a few Couch Riffs performance videos. One was at NAMM show at an Airbnb after NAMM one evening. We did Toys in the Attic, and it was me, Billy Rowe from Rock and Roll Relics, Buckcherry, Jet Boy, Steve McSwain, guitar builder, singing, and Mike Squires playing rhythm guitar as well. And we rehearsed it once, and then we did the playthrough, and I was much better in the rehearsal. But here's where it's worth going. It's worth seeking this out. Just search YouTube for Couch Riffs, Toys in the Attic, and everything's going fine. Billy and I split the solo. I start the first one, and I lost myself in where I was in the song, and I bailed out of the solo early, and then I start laughing. So, I mean, that's cool. I realize what's happening, and I think it was hilarious. But yeah, there is a part of me that really wishes we had the rehearsal, because I was much better. But that's okay. I think maybe that's just putting that version out is the more humanizing version, to show you that I'm really just a person. I'm not just this gorgeous thing that yammers at you super caffeinatedly on a Saturday morning. No, I'm a person, damn it. But anyway, so we did during 2020 when I forget what happened. It was supposedly not cool to go out. So, but we did, little, quarantine style videos. And so it was Frankie Clark singing, Todd Kearns playing guitar. He's playing his conspiracy series Raven guitar. He does have a Raven bass. And Mike Squires playing guitar as well. Timo Ellis playing drums, and your pal Sully playing bass. Now, I am a terrible bass player, but it was fun. This was done before I moved into the shop, so I put Christmas lights all over like the garage, and we recorded my bass parts there. And there was like, and the whole thing is like, you play it live, and so I honored that. So I'm not a very good bass player. Uh, and but there's this whole part in the video that didn't get used, but like in the beginning, like the bass doesn't come in. It's just a little bit of vocals and guitar. And so I had it set up so where it's when the song starts, I'm like sanding a headstock face, and I timed it to where I stop and I grab the bass, and by the time I've got the thing on me, it's time to go. That didn't make the footage, but that's okay. That's okay. There are more important things happening, like Frankie singing. So that's um, she's great. Frankie Clark is so damn cool. But anyway, so seek that out. Also, get to know Mike Squires, because again, your life will be exponentially better. And who doesn't want that? That ramble sponsored by Couch Riffs. Instagram randomly killed you off again. Wow. But you're still alive, and that's good. Good morning. Ha ha. Good morning from ice-covered Iowa. Oof. Yeah. As I think about relocating and things like that, some of the places I want to relocate to get cold, have snow. And I'm like, I've done it most of my life. I can do it again. And then like the temperature finally dropped here. Like, it's not bad. It's fine. But I'm like, oh, I don't want to. Okay. But yeah, I don't enjoy ice covered anything. Johnny, top of the morning to you. Yes, definitely check out Couch Riffs. David, you're going Christmas shopping? Well, that is exciting. I hope that you have a good time. Only dead digitally. Dead digitally, dead digitally, dead. That's hard to say repeatedly. You want to talk about something actually of interest? To me, I don't know if you're interested in it, but you should be. You probably are. Maybe. Again, I don't know your life. So I got this email yesterday from our fine friends at Floyd Rose talking about their new nuts. And over the last few years, the fine people at AP International have been improving Floyd Rose stuff, specifically as it relates to saddles and nuts, and offering different radii for said saddles and said nuts. And today's so I got this email yesterday where they were talking about, so also with doing that, they're also, they changed the way that they make the saddles. It's been a couple of years now to where, are those the new ones or the old ones? Let's see, shall we? Let's see. Okay, yeah, these are the new ones. So like with the saddles, one thing they did is these are CNC machined now. And the way that you can tell is that this little area here where your string lock block goes, those corners are not perfectly square anymore. They have a little bit of a radius to them because those are cut with a bit, and the bit is round, and you can't really get, you're not going to get a 90. So like if you look here, see how those saddles don't have 90-degree corners, and thusly the string inserts have rounded edges. So they've been doing that, and then also like working on their there a U.S. made. Ooh, that's too bright. A U.S. made option for bridges and saddles and things like that. Pretty cool. And I think some of it, I'm speculating, completely speculating. Chris, wait. I always have to leave when something gets interesting. Yeah, only finally, it took me 15 minutes to finally get some kind of interesting thing here. So for years, the Floyds have been made in Germany by Schaller. And I understand that people feel very strongly about them. That they are better made than the licensed counterparts and that sort of thing. But let me tell you, the German, they're not perfect. They're not at all perfect. And they're good, but settle down. Anyway, I think that one of the things that they've also had challenges with, and this has been going on for years, and this is just my my perception as an outsider, is fulfillment. Because they get the bridges and locking nuts from Germany, and maybe they're not cranking them out as fast to meet the demand. I know that in my years of being a direct customer with API, AP International, who distributes Floyd Rose, those people are great. They're super wonderful people, but they don't always have the stuff in stock. So I think they've been working hard to change that, and maybe having a U.S. supplier is going to help improve those things. And so, yeah. But one of the things that some people have noticed over the years, maybe in this last year, is that maybe some of the Floyd Rose original base plates don't say "Made in Germany" under them anymore. Here, let me grab one, and I will illustrate. And I remember last NAMM, I noticed that, and see now this one has changed. This one has been updated. I just got this shipment yesterday. I noticed at NAMM, and I was having a brief conversation with the lovely people at Floyd Rose, that it didn't say "Made in Germany" on the base plate anymore, and the bottoms of the nuts were smooth. They didn't say R3 or no, maybe they did. They were different. And I'm like, are they still made in Germany? She's like, yes, they are. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But I'm also if they're not, I mean, I trust that company to make quality products. So, all of the 1000 series, which is very popular, or the 1500 series even, which are very popular OEM trims for they're on the Jackson. What is their US series? Is it not the JS series, but the US line that are in the $2,000 range? Those are Floyd 1000s, or if they've got the stainless steel hardware, those are 1500s. We put those on the Conspiracy series guitars in this last batch. Those are made in Korea, is what I'm getting to, and they're fine. The only thing that I wish, if the screws on an original Floyd, it's the fine tuner screws, they're a little bit smoother than the import versions. That's really the only thing that I would maybe change. Anyway, as I'm looking under this base plate, they now say original Floyd Rose underneath. That's cool. But so I got this email yesterday, and it's kind of talking about how they're furthering this initiative. Ooh, that sounded like I was at a shareholders meeting. And sure, Sally, eat while you're trying to talk to the nice people. And so they're talking about, we can have these saddles in different radii, which is pretty good, because these historically come with a 10-inch radius and there's a shim underneath the A, D, G, and B strings that when you remove that shim, it will take it to a 12-inch radius. That might be a reason. That might be one of the reasons that our customs are straight 12s. One of the reasons might be. But so they, offering different radii to help people that, so they have, so your saddle radius matches your fretboard radius a little bit better, because you do want that, and you can accomplish that in various ways. Anyway, so in this email, they're talking about, hey, these are the things that we're doing, and the nuts. So this is, it's made in USA. It's got a USA on the bottom. This kind of blew my mind when I read the email, but the nuts are 3D printed steel. I forget, but they're 3D printed, and I guess it's something in the email talked about, like, we can do the old wax mold style, or accuracy or whatever, and I think it's addressing they don't make them like they used to people. But anyway, so I got that email yesterday afternoon, maybe about an hour or so before I left for the day. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then I get home and my shipment from the lovely people at Floyd showed up, and lo and behold, one of these nuts was exactly what was in the email. And the underneath, this is cool. So it says, it's engraved in there. It says R3, 10-inch radius. It's got USA. It's got the Floyd Rose logo and 3D. Can you see that? Wait, let me try and. There we go. Wait. Anyway, it's got USA over here, 3D over here, R3 10-inch radius, and the Floyd Rose logo. It's pretty cool. And one thing I do notice is that the corners on these seem to be tighter. Yeah, they do. So I just thought that was cool. So I think I want to talk to my friends at Floyd Rose, because, like, they offer all of these different saddles and stuff. And what I want to know is, like, can I order a trem that already has like the 12-inch saddles on them, and go from there? And then I got to start getting 12-inch nuts. How are you going to keep your pants up? Oh. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Don't you think? What do you think? I think it's kind of neat. I will also say they are in the parts biz for, like, other things. It's under a different name. It's like AP Rock Gear or something along those lines. And their toggle switches are the best. Now, if you've been around here for any period of time, you may have heard me talk about toggle switches and how it can be a challenge to find the ones that you like. I understand that people perceive Switchcraft to make the best toggle switches. They're fine. I've not really had a problem with Switchcraft. They are, in comparison to a lot of the other switches that are out there, a lot more expensive. And I don't really think they're that much better than, or better at all, than some of the other things that I had been using for a long time. And for many years, the default was this one that you get from All Parts it was just called the Short Straight Toggle Switch. It's another thing that I liked better than the Switchcraft ones, is that they were shorter. But we couldn't really tell, and when I say we, this is something that Grover and I would talk about. We've had numerous conversations about toggle switches. People often ask, well, what have you learned from him? What kind of, was he like a mentor to you? I mean, in sure, yes, but he always just treats me like a friend, and it's not like I'm going to show you the ways of things. But one of the things that we've often talked about is because we both really liked these switches, and there would be times when all parts would be out of them for like months. And one thing that I really don't like is not being able to finish a guitar because I don't have a screw or a knob or a switch. And in speaking with our both of our reps at All Parts, trying to figure out who makes this switch that they're out of, we eventually got to the point where I believe it's Hosco, a Japanese company, and so we started to try and find like, the Hosco switches, and like there was a point in time where Grover got like, I don't know, 1,000 of them, and I would just buy 50 at a time from him. And but so Grover's close with Andy at AP International, and he's the AP International. And it was one of the things that he had been working on for some time, is to have a source for a really good toggle switch. And they were available last year. And that was part of the conversation I had with the folks at API/Floyd at NAMM. I'm like, rumblings that you're getting toggle switches. And so I was shown one, and I'm like, oh, it's a good feel. It's a good feel. I like this. So if you need toggle switches, get them from them, because they're great. They're great. And that's my cool story about toggle switches. Yeah, I needed some, so I that was also in my shipment. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. I don't even use Floyd's. Oh, that's okay. 3D printing is getting more common. I'm seeing all sorts of 3D printed stuff in the bicycle. Really? Huh. See, now I didn't know that, like, you could do that stuff out of like anything other than like whatever that filament plasticky material, but that's super dope. We should 3D print another Sully, and then don't give him any caffeine, and then he'll be the one that makes all these things for you. So let's see. What was our focus this week? Well, it was very unfocused this week. Maybe it wasn't, or maybe I was just super scattered. There's a neck through Concord that has a really lovely quilt top that, the microwave's done. So moving that along. So I spent, most of yesterday just kind of getting that dialed in, cleaned up, getting rid of glue squeeze out, and, initial sanding of things and stuff like that. Making a neck for one of the NAMM guitars. Move that along. I don't remember what else we did. I know that there was more stuff. Took some stuff to get plecked. I'm hoping that I can pick 3 guitars up from getting plecked today, because 2 of them have been in the queue for a little while now. What else? I don't remember. It's a week. It's been a long week. But I also don't really remember what was going on. But yeah, I'm these 2 guitars that I want to have for the show. I am stressed because I'm running out of time, and like dude, I did myself such a solid last year in the preparation for NAMM guitars, because like all of them were in the paint stage by like September or October. And like we had most of the stuff done in like November. There was like one guitar that wasn't complete, but like I got that back in early January, and I finished it up. And the nice thing is that I was able to. I got it, late, for shipping the stuff to the show, but I got one of those Gator guitar vaults, those mini guitar vaults, which are wonderful. Get one if you like. If you find yourself in the need for one of those things. And so yeah, I just had that one. I just took that guitar, and then I think the first Astro, I just took those in the vault with me to the show. And unfortunately, the two guitars that I'm stressed out about regarding the time remaining, neither of those will fit in there. So you can maybe start making some conclusions of what those models might be. Anyway, titanium, really? I'm going to have to consult my email again, and we'll have to see. Good morning. Hey, White Sully Raven, block inlays. We don't do block inlays. Tunematic bridge, reverse headstock, ready for the world. So, I mean, we've made stuff like that. Sure. We don't do block inlays. We only do hollow blocks. These things. Why? Because they're cooler. That's why. But yeah, I mean, like on this last Conspiracy Series shipment that arrived in September, that Raven that was part of that run, it was pretty much all of that except for the bridge. We put a Hipshot fixed bridge on it. I kind of wanted to do it as a Tunematic stop tail, but like I'm seeing like there's some hatred toward a Tunematic stop tail setup, and because this is the fashion business, and it's my job to make guitars that people will purchase. I didn't do that, but one of my favorite Ravens ever was this White Mare over Tobacco Burst Raven, which actually is all of those specs: hollow blocks, Tunematic stop tail, reverse headstock, because I mean all Ravens should have reverse headstocks. That headstock was designed for that model, and thankfully it was one of those designs that works on others. So yeah, good times. But yeah, we can do that. I think maybe in the next Conspiracy Series batch that we launch, which will probably be, I'm going to guess, spring. Although there are some Conspiracy Series developments that will happen a little bit before then that I think you guys are really going to like. But I would like to do that. I also designed, there's a Raven that I made for our wonderful client, Tony, that was Tunematic string through the body, but I made like a string through plate that kind of mirrored the shape of the raised elevation on the Raven. And then I engraved like a Raven logo in that. Like I had it made out of like aluminum, and then had it anodized black, and then put that on the machine, and then engraved the Raven, a little Raven in it, because I thought it would look dope. That would be cool. I would like to do that. But yeah, that white Raven, that one, man, I really liked that guitar. That's definitely one of my favorite guitars. And careful, I'm going to drop a name. Watch Your Feet. That was a guitar that Mr. Six spec'd out or gave me the idea. I was making a reverse Raven bass. And now I know that people when you think of like a bird style guitar, there's the traditional reverse and the non-reverse, and they're completely different shapes. And when I say a reverse Raven, it's just take the Raven shape and flip the fucker. And so I was making a reverse Raven bass that I've never finished. I need to make a new neck for it because I made it a 1.5 inch nut, and I'm thinking that I'm thinking that I want a different width. And so I had a little mock-up, and I sent him a picture. I'm like, so what color should I paint this? And he's like, white relic over a tobacco burst. And I'm like, that would be dope. And I didn't finish the bass, as I just mentioned, it's still sitting, but I did make a guitar, and we had it done in that spec. And that went to, we sold it, I think it's in somewhere in North Carolina. It was to a potential dealer, but I don't know if they got the guitar. I mean, they bought it. I mean, nobody owes me money for this guitar, which is good because I would like money. But yeah, it hasn't popped up. But oh my god, that guitar was so cool. That was so cool. Cool story, Sully. What else? So this week, as we go in, it's going to be moving along some woodwork. The holiday, week of the holiday, like the kind of nebulous space between, Christmas, New Year, whatnot. The shop will be closed. And I mean, I'm still going to go in and do stuff, but that's usually a time when I can do things that I wasn't able to get to, during the year up to this point. I find that when we set the clocks back to standard time, I wake up much better, and I'm cool with getting up between like 5:30, around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and getting myself together and getting to the shop as early as I can because, I just like to do that. It seems like end of the year, I'm not going to say is when I'm most creative, but I think kinda. So yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you like it when it gets dark early. No, I don't. Nobody does. But that's only like a real short period of time. I do like waking up not feeling like I want to kill myself. So yeah, that I do like this time of the year. So maybe what that means is I need to have 2 homes, because that's realistic. And when we spring forward into the terrible, awful daylight saving time, I need to move to mountain time. So then it kind of stays the same, maybe? I don't know. I don't know my life. Cold toast. Ooh, it's cold toast time again. Yep. There you go. Little cold toast for you. My toaster's broke and I'm so tired. There's another way you can do it. That's what Paul's playing when Ace is going. There you go. Show me how to play Kiss songs for 400, please. Let's see. Did you know that this song is a cover? Right. King of the Nighttime World, not written by Kiss. It is damn near note for note to the original. I think that was by a band called like the Hollywood Stars or something like that from the early 70s. No. Yeah. King of the Nighttime World. Who knew? Not me. And then I did, and now I know. Yep. So, oh, the B-Stock Wine Mom got here. I can't find any flaws. Good. The top on that one is pretty nice, isn't it? Oh, I know what they are. They're all paint related. So yeah. Yes, I agree. Totally agree. Want to know how that influenced this guitar shape? This part right here. And yeah, it's got a hook, but whatever. Like Iceman, like the hook goes the other way and whatnot. But yeah, that was this part here is influenced by that. And one of the guitars that are being plecked right now is a Nice Man, like a Randy themed Nice Man. It's so dope. It's super dope. And I kind of feel bad. I don't usually post pictures of the Nice Mans because it's not an official model, and like that shape rules. But like, I got enough models. A lot of them are really derivative, and so I like to just kind of make them when I feel like it. Which reminds me, I have one that I have to do. But that might be one of those things that I do when we're closed down. Who knows? I don't know my life. There are actually a bunch of trellis that we got to make, so we might do that. And I know that during this downtime is one of the things I'm going to work on is Trello related. So we'll see how it goes. I'm out of coffee and I don't like that. So yeah. Cool. I think I'm going to pull the trigger and sign off. Unless anybody have any specific questions, anything you want to talk about, because yeah, I need to. Yep, we will get rolling on it. Actually, I have questions about yours, but it's finish and neck wood related, because I know we're doing like the dog hairstyle, but with the different colors. Are we leaving the back of the neck like natural? Are we? Because I seem to remember maybe we're doing a maple neck. Don't worry. I have all the specs. They're stored in like the database that I use for that sort of thing. So it's like, not an issue, but there was a part of me that was thinking we should leave the back of the neck unfinished because I know that the neck and the body woods were going to be different. And so I believe the neck would not have open pores like the body would. And I think maybe to keep things flowing, I think the way that they should. Okay, so yes, this is Joey. This is also what I'm thinking. All right, so we can leave the back of the neck natural, right? Because that would be better. Okay, yeah. So I don't think anybody got anything out of this other than the fact that we've got some 3D printed nuts from Floyd Rose, and that's cool. What an exciting time to be alive. So, anybody have any questions? Anybody? No? Okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to get some more coffee. I'd say you've had enough. Stop it. And I hope you have a lovely day. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have a lovely day. Talk to you later. Bye. Wait, how do I do this? How do I turn this off? I usually like fill until it like automatically stops. So this is an exciting time. We can navigate this together.